Welcome back to VHS Tacos, everybody. Going to the movies is a wonderful experience, or just movies in general. It's a great thing. It's a great hobby. You know, as you can tell if you've caught any of our reviews, we try not to be too negative. You know, I mean, everybody's got different opinions, and it's just there's a lot of people that put their blood, sweat, and tears into these projects that take months and months and months, if not even years out of their lives, just so you can sit there and watch it for what, 90 minutes, 2.5, 3 hours? However, not all movies are created equally. Enter Pixar's Elemental. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Pixar has been on a bit of a slump ever since COVID hit. The movies just aren't the same. They don't have that same heart, that same soul. There's just something that's lacking there. And unfortunately, Elemental just seems to be that grand culmination of everything that's been wrong with Pixar. It's bland, it's boring, it's not even all that good looking, to be completely honest with you, which really hurts the soul because it's Pixar. I mean, these guys have gone to great lengths. When you look at the first Toy Story movie, and let's go ahead and just keep it on that train there. You look at Toy Story 4, just the amount of progression that has gone from 1 to 4, it's astonishing. But we just kind of revert back here. This almost seems like something that they had to quickly scrounge together for a Disney Plus release. There's not that same level of detail. There's not that same level of awe-inspiring. Like, wow, like how gorgeous is that? You don't get that with Elemental, which is hilarious because you're dealing with, of course, you know, multiple different types of elements like fire and water and earth and air. And you would think like, oh, we're going to have some very interesting moments here. No, not really. Nothing that you haven't seen before, especially from Pixar, of all people. And especially when you consider last year's Lightyear was a visually impressive movie, no matter what you may think about the actual story or anything like that. Visually, it was a very impressive feature. And I get it, different art styles for different movies, but there's really nothing like eye-catching, eye-popping, or wow factor going on here. The second one, the primary one, is the story. This is as by the books, paint by numbers as you can possibly get. You're going to predict the entire plot as it's going on. Now I get it, we've seen the same plot redone multiple times over and over and over again. That's fine. But the thing is, if you're going to do it, you got to put your own spin on it. You got to have a hook in there that's unique. So the hook here is that there's elements, right? So fire and water and earth and air, they're clashing together. You know, they don't mix. We have the backdrop of an immigration story and also some racial tensions as well, with one being fire, not really accepted by all of the other elements. So we have some interesting stuff to kind of pick and pull apart here for a story, right? We have some very interesting ideas that we can play with in a storytelling setting. We have some gold that we can mine. We don't come up with gold on the screen, though. What we got is some fake stuff that you got to chase the guy down the street because he got your money out of you for it. That is Elemental. Elemental has the facade of something grander than it actually is, which is such a shame because there are moments in the movie that are brilliant. There are moments that like will make you perk up out of you half falling asleep and go, wow, where's that? Where is that in the rest of this? There's some creative moments. There's some fun moments in there, but they don't last. Instead, they'll fall back on tried and tiresome jokes. They'll fall back on cliche dialogue and cliche characterizations that don't do anything new. They fall back on safety, and that's the problem with Elemental. The big third one is that it's too safe, especially for Pixar. Probably the most creative thing in the movie is an air transportation system where it kind of looks like a blimp, and as the air citizens walk out, the blimp deflates, lowers down a level, air citizens get in to go, blimp inflates, goes up and goes away. But that's creative. See, where's the rest of that though for the entire movie? That creativity's there at the beginning and then it's gone as quickly as it shows up. Another disappointment easily is the voice acting. I'm not quite sure if this was like, you know, a first reading that they had, a first table reading, or if they didn't have much time, or if they didn't record lines together. They don't mesh. They don't mesh well. Again, there are moments of true emotion and moments of like, oh wow, like that's so sincere. But then it quickly just fleets away into, you know, almost droning on. Like again, they're reading it for the first time, or they're not in the same room together, which in an animated movie, you gotta have them together. You gotta have them be able to bounce back and forth. Elemental does not have that, which for a movie that's about a love story between two separate people and a family story about not wanting to let a previous generation down after they've sacrificed so much for you, that's not gonna cut it. You know, we need that emotion. We need to have that there. It's the core of the movie. By the time the credits finally roll, you're left wanting more. You're left frustrated, you're left irritated, or at least I was, because it's not this isn't what you expect from Pixar. I mean, maybe Pixar the past couple years, sure, minus like 1 or 2 movies, but this is not what Pixar should be putting out. And hopefully, moving forward in the future, we can have some kind of restructuring or something going on there that can get us back to those Pixar roots that we had. If you guys had a chance to check out Elemental, let us know down in the comments below. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Spark up a conversation. I guarantee you it'll be more fluid, more natural, more interesting than the actual movie itself. If you guys had no intention of ever seeing this, I congratulate you. You made the right choice. And until next time, guys, this has been VHS Taco signing off. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse my palate with a completely different, completely better Pixar movie. Adios.